Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for May 22nd, Wednesday, 2019, 3 p.m. Eastern. In beginning to position ourselves in the understanding of what we want to have accomplished on this planet, and intending and understand that we must have a clear, concise comprehension of keeping our vibrational frequency at as high as possible, and that is staying in the now, letting all of these thoughts just pass by, working from the heart mind, letting go of things that we incessantly chase and pursue. And see, we have to let go, free ourselves from all of that in order for things to come in. And I'm talking about positive things. So when we do this, when we put all this together within each and every one of us, we're much clearer on our intent. It's not cluttered. Okay? Now, our collective intent is to literally have the planet and the civilization freed from encumberment, which is self-inflicted bondage. It is through our thoughts that we have harbored a consistent retainment of our freedom. And literally, it is our power, the very power that we are, that has bonded us. And I think we all know that. And when we can release that from ourselves, we no longer are the obstacle standing in the way of ourselves. See, all of us have this, how do I put it? It has a profound effect on our awareness and our clarity. So when we intend, see, we're at a position of frequency where we can intend that we want all of the civilization freed. And by intending this, communicating with them, when we communicate with all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. It's not like we're communicating with just one facet. We're communicating with all the facets. It just depends on which ones are more receptive than others. Some are buried, some are totally distracted, disconnected, but it's still talking to the spirits, which is part of the whole, or the one, that then begin to try to communicate with their third density selves. And this is a collective gathering of humanity, of us, intending and desiring the fact that out of generosity, unselfishness, integrity, honor, respect, peace, tranquility, bliss. In other words, you let go of everything. You surrender to yourself, which is your God. All right? And people say, well, how do you do that? It's like, if you visualize and put the picture up, it's like sitting on the sidelines and not getting involved in watching everything speed by. And these are your thoughts that encumber you. Most of our thoughts encumber us, and we become distressed. That's why, come on, when you look at the planet and you look at the civilization, is everybody, do we see a lot of joy and happiness and lightheartedness and tremendous generosity and caring and giving? Do we see that? Do we see that? So all we have to do is look, and we know. Obviously, we would like everyone to elevate themselves, come with us. But unfortunately, some are very buried in deception. So they embrace their physical and not their spiritual. And I'm not talking about becoming all spiritual and forget about the physical. There's a balance there that you associate with your higher self. And there's a love there, and there's a respect, and there's a humbleness. So we move in that energy. And our desire is to have as much of the one collective whole to become active in that frequency. It's not like, okay, we're going to get disappointed because, we're not able to put that energy out and have everybody just jump on it. But we can communicate with any civilization we choose. Okay? As many as we choose. You don't need to be telepathic, although all humanity is telepathic. They just don't know it. Isn't that ironic? All of humanity is telepathic. They just don't know it. Period. So, and then some are clear and operate more from a different frequency on telepathy. Others are clogged and don't operate all on telepathy that they're consciously aware of. So when we communicate, we set our intention, we set our position. Our position is from love. It is from peace. It is from joy. It is what we are. It is benevolence. And it is through all the processes, we stay in that frequency. And we communicate, it can be with any of the civilizations or grouping of them. The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, Saturnians, the Venusians. You can go on and on and on. See, the problem is that humanity has not been, that they haven't, it's very difficult for them to think and think for themselves, lead themselves, so they aren't aware of that ability. It's intention. So it's a collective intention to communicate with the off-worlders, whatever label you want to give them, galactics, star nations, cosmic assembly. It's just a label. These are other civilizations that are part of the collective consciousness of the universes. That's basically what they are. They may look different, they may be different, they may think different, they may have different philosophies and directions, attitudes, understandings than we do. But when it all boils down to it, there is a spirit within their physical construct. There is a God in them. And so we begin this communication starting today, and we will continue to do this for a few days, and it will shift on our approach. So it's not going to be identical every day. They're going to, it's going to shift. So in today's intent, we are literally calling an assembly of communication through our heart-mind with the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, Arcturians. All of these civilizations civilizations who are actively participating in the assistance of this planet in harmonizing and lifting its vibrational frequencies and assisting the civilization of this planet, in simple terms, to move up, to increase their vibrational frequency, to interact with other civilizations, to grow, advance in a humble, peaceful, loving direction. And that's where we're operating from. So our intent here in this communication is to have them reveal themselves. In other words, communicate with us on a larger scale than a little bit here and a little bit here and a little bit there. It is time that the civilization of this planet is set free so that it can expand and take its rightful positioning in the universe. And the rightful position is of peace, joy, love, prosperity, and harmony, and humbleness and respect, and life as being the highest value in the universe. Okay? We move into the light scope of benevolence and of deep eternal love. I mean, this is the step that we're looking at. This is the transition to be in love always. This is what we're moving into. And it depends on each and every one of us to embrace this. It's not about someone telling you. It's about you and how you feel. That's what it's about. Positioning yourself, creating in your heart mind that this is you're on the side of the freeway, and let it just pass by. And move yourself into the now, into the being. You become quiet. You become peaceful. You become serene. You're not disrupted. You're not in anger. You're not in hate. You're not in any of the lower frequencies. You're in a light, high-level vibrational frequency that you have literally moved yourself into through your thoughts, through your emotions, clearing the table, so to speak, where you literally elevate yourself, and we all know that. We know how to do that. And that's a key about that's a real key. You detach from all material holdings and pinnings. You become totally free, and all that you are, ever will be, and ever have been, housed within your physical vessel, your God, is what you're connecting with to accomplish this, the balance, the heaven and earth balance, where you're then able to intend cleanly, without greed, without deception, without selfishness, that, I want this because you desire peace and harmony, joy and love amongst all nations and all civilizations. Now, obviously, there are some civilizations out there that are caustic. They operate in a disruptive field and frequency. And we literally saturate them with deep eternal love. We flood them. We visualize it through our heart mind constantly. But those who are of benevolence, who have elevated themselves to higher frequencies, start to understand that there is some of humanity that is in communication with them in a large group. We have millions on these meditations. So our intention, we will know, mark my words, we all will know through these meditations of intent to communicate with the other civilizations. And if we do not get a response, we do not get any type of physical viewance after a couple of these meditations, then we will have our answers. This is about dispelling any myths. This is about dispelling any deceptions. This is about coming right to the core of benevolence and higher self and the God, of knowing the truth and communicating once and for all with these other civilizations. We are not lesser. We are not more. We are all one. Remember that. We are not lesser. We are not more. We are all one. This is the first step as we move into this of our sincere, humble communication and deep eternal love with these civilizations, so that they can finally start communicating and coming in and showing themselves in interaction, and they know who we are. They listen to us every day. So, if you will, go to the place where you are not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure most of you are. And while I talk, relax. It's very important to move yourself into the now. Remember, you are not participating in your thoughts and ego. You take a seat on the sidelines. You're not suppressing them. You're not stopping them. You're not fighting them. You're just watching them come in and go out. That's as simple as that. You don't stop and start contemplating one or the other. You just let them come in and go out. And you're sitting there watching them in total peace and benevolence. So you move into the now. Drop your shoulders. Relax your physical vessel, your body, your spacesuit. Move. Remember, all the time you're operating in the heart-mind. Not the mind and the ego, but the heart-mind. Heart-mind oversees the mind and the ego. And as you do this, you begin to relax more and more from head to toe, inside and out. You wash. Your vibrational frequency is clear. They elevate when you do this. It's automatic. You're positioning yourself into a state of beingness. And as you do this, you're going to want to breathe. You breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. You breath in through the nose, you breath out through the mouth. As you breathe in through the nose, you want to hold it 1001, 1002, 1003, and then you breathe out through the mouth. While I'm talking, you want to do this at least 6 times. As you breathe in, you're breathing in divine positive energy. This comes in not only from your God self, but from the collective consciousness of the universes. And it's always a communication. It's always a message. There's always information coming in as you breathe in. And as you do so, you assimilate this information. Many don't acknowledge it and just brush it off. We acknowledge it. This information is that your desire, our desire to communicate with our brothers and sisters of the highest level of benevolence, kindness, peace, and generosity, where there is no ego involved, where there is no suppression, where there is no ulterior motives, where there is just pure truth and love. This is the communication. Understand that you're part of the cosmic field of creation. So it's not like you're separated, because you're not. You look up into the sky, and you think that you're not part of that. You are. And you're just as important as all of it. Not 1 inch less impactful than all of it. You position yourself. This is the communication coming in. You are in the now. You're in beingness. You're quiet. And you're watching all these thoughts of yours and others that come in and out, in and out. You make no judgment. You conceive nothing. You just don't participate. Now, as you breathe out, you're breathing driving out anything that would try to entice you to interact with it, with these thoughts, with all this stuff that gets us miscombobulated. So we literally kind of like are in total peace and freed from the entanglements of third density existence. Expel it all. We move into the heart-mind at this stage. Remember, you are floating above the heart effortlessly, as if that is your natural state of being. We're all encased in perfect spheres of golden white pink light of deep eternal love. This is from our family, Mother, Father, God, Prime Source, Creator, God, and all of our gods within us. We are totally protected. Emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a frequency. It is an energy. It heals. The purplet, violet, blue flaming light of Archangel Michael. The purple transmuting flame, the violet ray, the white fire. All of these are part of the higher frequency field of existence of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be. And we wield this, and this is part of us. We are drawn to form a connected circle of light energy. We form it, arm in arm, hand in hand. We sit at the equator of this planet of Gaia, of Terra Christa, of Earth, of this living, breathing entity. Our light is very bright, bristling. You can see the element of frequency flame literally quaffing over around the circle. We call upon all of the light energy beings in all densities and dimensions and all existences and all universes. They are from the deepest eternal love and of the deepest eternal love. Remember that this exists everywhere and anywhere. No matter in the darkest dark or the lightest light, it is there. And we call upon these beings who are of the highest benevolence, generosity, humbleness, the highest frequency of the deepest eternal love. And they come in the Gugaplexes. These are real energies. These are not fictitious, spooked up inventions. These are real energies that we're calling upon, that we've connected to. They come in massive numbers. You visualize this through your heart mind, through your pictogram, your picture. They fill the circle. They merge with us. We can feel their love light energy and literally communicate with them. From thousands of universes, all over. The knowledge they carry is extraordinary. And they join us. And we are humbled by their presence, and we love them, and they love us. We thank them as they do us. We call upon all of the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, all of the angels. These are beings These are a civilization. They are of the highest high. We call upon those of the highest high, of the deepest eternal love, of humbleness, of joy, and of peace. And they come in massive numbers, and they are real too. And they flow in, they join us, and they merge with us. And our light, our circle of light, our halo of deep, eternal, love light energy, high frequency, grows and expands in a 360-degree fan out, expanding out to the galaxy, the universe, and the universes. All densities and dimensions, all existences, it continues to wave out. It saturates everything it comes in contact with and transmutes it into deep, eternal, love light energy. We thank them and we love them, and they thank us and love us as well. We call upon all the ascended masters. There's many ascended out of body. And this is just some of them: Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, Gaia, El Morya, Evidentia. All of these ascended masters, and they come of the highest deep eternal love and from the highest deep eternal love and the highest of benevolence, kindness, peace. For if they are not, they cannot be in. And they come and they join us and they blend with us, and we are grateful and we are humbled by their presence, as they are ours. They are the deepest eternal love and from the deepest eternal love. We are in pure bliss, moving into nirvana with this joyous assembly of God's deep, eternal, love light energy. We call upon all of the inhabitants of this planet, in it and on it. We call upon inner earth, hollow earth. We call upon Agartha. We call upon any inhabitants beneath earth that are of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love, from the highest high. Their frequency of humbleness, kindness, generosity, love. And they join us immediately, merge with us. We become one. Feel the power of this love light energy emanating beyond the ribbon of creation. We are humbled and we are thankful for their presence. We call upon all of our loved ones who have left the body in this life and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. They are of the deepest eternal love from the deepest eternal love. They are in the deepest peace, benevolence, and kindness, generosity, and unselfishness. And they join us in droves, in massive numbers throughout the ages. And they join us and merge with us in this circle of light. When we become one, the light expands and grows. It intensifies. Its frequency continues to raise, to elevate, to move up. We thank them, and we love them, and the off-worlders, all of the civilizations who have been assisting this civilization, this planet, in kindness and benevolence, in its enlightenment, in its evolution, in its ascension, in its freeing itself from bondage. They are all of deep eternal love from deep eternal love. We don't just say this to say this. This is a frequency. They are invited in the event they are in that frequency. They are that frequency. And they come. And they come in massive numbers. And they are the deepest eternal love from the deepest eternal love. And they join us. And we are happy. And we are humbled by their presence as they are ours. And we honor all life. And we expand and we grow even more. We call upon all of the light energy beings that have decided to be housed in the following forms on and in this planet. Of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love. The sprites, the fairies, the elves, the gnomes, the trees, the elements, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaids, the dolphins, the whale, Pegasus, the unicorn, all of them in benevolence, in kindness, in generosity, in humbleness, and they join us. They merge with us. This is a magnificent assembly of God-light energy. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. This sphere sits center circle. It can be seen in a 360-degree view from all densities, dimensions, existences, and universes. And even the viewing upon the frequency that it emits transforms lower frequencies into the higher frequencies, transmutes all negativity, vileness, disruption, manipulation, and deception. It will either neutralize it into neutral light substance, or it will transform it into love light energy. Imagine that power. Now, this meditative sphere houses all of our meditations. We're nearing 500 meditations for every day into the second year without fail. Every holiday, every single day. For this civilization, for this planet, for this solar system, for this galaxy, and for this universe and beyond. So you feel this energy continuously that we have assembled. It is massive. We feel it as it saturates the tops of our heads through our physical and etherical bodies, inside and out, permeating our frequencies and elevating us to deep eternal love, joy, bliss, peace, kindness, generosity, deep eternal love. We send out all of us now, mind you, that are in this circle of light. We send out a complete blanket wave communication to all of the higher selves, asking permission if we can communicate with them and literally flood all life, all of our brothers and sisters, with this awareness of intent to communicate with all of the civilizations of benevolence, the Pleiadians, the Syrians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, all of these star nations, galactics. And we communicate through all of our brothers and sisters and all life on this planet, and through ourselves in a circle of light, to begin the introduction to interact with us and to communicate with us, and not on a small scale. We ask them that it is time for them to uncloak their ships, to come to our surface, to interact with those of us who they have identified, that they know that we are in benevolence and kindness and humbleness. We are in respect. We honor all life. Life is the highest value in the universe. We are asking them to assist us in person, to assist us, to interact with us, to share their knowledge with us, to allow us, and we allow them, for both of us to expand in that interaction. And we call upon this through all life on this planet and in it, through all of them, and the deepest eternal love from the deepest eternal love, and humbleness and joy and bliss and in peace. Remember, we are all in the now. We are being. We are listening. See the picture. View it through your heart mind. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. understand that with this communication, we're not, opening the door for just anything to come in. We are not opening the door for anything to influence us, or to invade, or to infiltrate, or to entrap at all. We have a veil of vibrational frequency protection. We are protected in a sphere, so that any abnormal type of frequencies that would try to be deceptive will not be able to communicate. This is an invitation going out simply to the other civilizations so that we can finally start to begin interaction on a broad scale. So, and it's always positioning ourselves before we make that request, that invitation. It's not, when you're miscombobulated or you're caught up in the thoughts of the mind and ego, that's not the place to be to extend that invitation. It's to be in the now, to be in peace, to remove yourself from the mind chatter and the ego chatter, and become at peace with oneself in the beingness. So, you understand that, I'm sure all of you do, and take it through the day and into the evening and night and the following morning. We have a time for change call tonight at 9 p.m. and we'll be covering a lot of avenues, and we have a whole list of questions already lined up from people that we will be answering. What we're trying to do is to go into a more of a solution position, so that people have a lot of questions about things going on, about happenings, and they would like to know different input as far as clarifying things, truthful and not misleading. So we're gonna approach that. We're gonna discuss that, and obviously I have a whole. The call will last until about between 12 and 12:30, depending. So again, I recommend people have notepads and pencils. I believe in the hard copy so that you have it with you at all times. You can refer back to it, assimilate information. So it's always good to have something to write with and have something to collect your thoughts with and get your questions answered. So we will be back here at 3 p.m. Eastern, May 23rd, 2019.